wabarakatuh. Do you know plants don't have mouth, they don't have hands, they don't have digestive system? So why? So how they obtain their nutrition, how they obtain food, how they gain energy to do, to grow, to repair their cells, we will learn about it. So that is nutrition in plants. What is nutrition in plants and what is nutrition? We are learning about a term of which we are unaware. What is this nutrition? What is this? Basically, nutrition is the process of making the nutrients that are present in the food. We can't consume them. We can't consume them wholly. They are not in simpler form, they are in complex form. And like in our body, we have the complex form of food as an apple or rice, etc., that we eat. So that is complex food. Our cells can't, we can give ourselves eat this, eat this. No, we have the digestive system which digests the food and converts it into simpler form, which then reach to our cells and provide energy to us. Similar in the plants, plants also have nutrition, but they don't have hands, they don't have mouth, they don't have digestive system. So how they prepare their food, we will learn about it. Nutrition is the process of making the nutrients of the food. The nutrients that are present in the food, the parts that are present in the food. For example, I have a bread piece and the nutrient that is present in it, protein, etc. How we will get it, how our cells will get it, how our cells will create energy. That is because of digestion. Similar in the plants. They can't digest the whole, like they absorb nutrients from soil through roots, like they absorb nitrogen, phosphorus, etc. So they can't digest it. So what they do, we will learn. There are two types of nutrition. Basically, there are two types of nutrition. One is autotrophic and another is heterotrophic. We are heterotrophs. We are heterotrophs. We consume the food that is provided to us by other organisms, like we eat fish, milk, yolk, etc., which is the product of another animal, or we eat spinach, that is the product of plant that we eat. So we are dependent on that. We are dependent on plants, we are dependent on other animals. But there is the autotrophic nutrition. These autotrophs are they have none dependence. They have zero dependence. They are not dependent on each other. They are not dependent on us. They are not dependent on other plants. Nutrition from any other organism, like we, like the animals like frog, fish, etc. They have their own systems to develop, to create energy, to create glucose. So how they create glucose? That is because of the process of photosynthesis. So first of all, let me tell you, the plants, the organisms which prepare their own food are called autotrophs. And how plants develop their own food, how plants create their own food, that is only because of their process of photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? We will learn about it. First of all, photosynthesis is the process of making the food nutrients available for the body, making the food like how can I make you understand that plants make their own food. Plants make their own food. Photosynthesis is the process of making food in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, using raw materials like water and sunlight and carbon dioxide, to use them and create food, to develop food particles like glucose. And moving, then is how they create. How they? First of all, roots absorb water. Roots absorb water. They are the roots and they absorb water. They absorb water. The absorbed water is transported to every part by a tissue, vascular tissue that is present in a plant or a tree, and it's transported to the leaf. When it reaches to the leaf, now in the leaf water and carbon dioxide is present. First of all, carbon dioxide reaches into the leaf by stomata. These are tiny openings. For example, this is a leaf. These are tiny openings formed between the cells. When the cells are filled with water, they are open, like they are like this. Now they are closed, they are filled with water, they become turgid and form a space between them. This is called stoma. Through this stoma enters the leaf. Now what things are present in the leaf? The things present in the leaf are water that is transported by the roots, by the muscular tissue, plus carbon dioxide, and there is also present a green pigment called chlorophyll present in the chloroplasts of a plant. Like this is a chloroplast. It's like this, and in this small particles are present called chlorophyll. And in the chlorophyll help in the trap of sunlight. It traps sunlight and generate energy. How? Like this. For example, this is the sun, and the sun rays are falling on it. The chlorophyll traps the sunlight and makes it so in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. Then in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, water and carbon dioxide react with each other and form oxygen, which we inhale, which is a waste for the plants, and for us it is a benefit. For us it is very crucial to respire. I have a respiration video, you can watch, the link is in the description. So the oxygen is formed, and the food is formed. The food, this is most important part. The food, it is not like us, amino acids, glycerol, etc. It is only C6H12 and O6. But it is plants not only prepare glucose in their food factories that are leaves, they also prepare proteins. How? I'll tell you later. First, so you have understood the process of photosynthesis. It is very easy. It will make learning as a fun. You can experiment at your home. So these components are formed, and this oxygen is a waste. Like for us, carbon dioxide is waste. We exhale out carbon dioxide. Okay, so these plants also exhale out this oxygen. How they exhale the oxygen? Through these tiny pores called stomata. They open the stomata and put the carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Okay, so that was all about carbon. That was all about photosynthesis. So after the photosynthesis in plants, we have moved to our next topic that was mentioned in the thumbnail of the video, which is types of plants. Look, as we are humans and we are a type of animals, are you aware about that? We are a type of animals. Like bear is an animal, bear is a type of animal. So animal is a kingdom. Similarly, in the plants are categorized in different categories. So there are some plants which are very crucial to understand, that are heterotrophic plants. So what are these heterotrophic plants? These heterotrophic plants are the plants which are dependent on other organisms. Sir, you said that plants develop their own food, plants create their own food, they are not dependent on each other. No, all plants are not green. They don't have the green pigment called chlorophyll. Other reasons are they grow in the nitrogen deficient soil, which is not suitable for the growth, which is not suitable for the photosynthesis of a plant. So some plants the don't have that potentials to create their own food. So we will learn about some plants. First is the insectivorous plant, which is a very interesting and non-time taking topic, which you will understand in a few minutes. It looks like a new fact. What are insectivorous plants? Are they structured like insects? No. Do they eat insects? Yes. They are not dependent on sunlight or other resources. They are dependent on insects. Some plants like, I'll give example of insectivorous plants like sundew plant, pitcher plant. So they are dependent on insects for their food. So insectivorous plants are those plants which are dependent on insects for their food. I will give an example of. For example, here is a. I will give you an example of. Pitcher plant or Venus flytrap. Venus flytrap is very easy. You will understand it. So what is Venus flytrap? Venus flytrap is a plant which have like these two flap-like structures. So when an insect, for example, here is an insect, and the leaves are opened. The leaves are shaped like this, and the leaves are opened. When an insect sits on it, due to its very good smell, they get attracted towards it, and they sit on it. It suddenly closes its spines and traps the insect, and then releases digestive juices and digests the insect. In this way, they obtain their nutrition. And then in parasitic plants. What are these parasitic plants? Guess. No word related to the parasite listeners before? No. Parasitic plants are those plants which obtain their nutrition from other plants. For example, you've seen that on the walnut trees there are bushy-like structures and on their branches or any other plant. Have you seen it? If yes, so they are parasitic plants. What are parasitic plants? They absorb the nutrients from other plants because they don't have the potential to create their own food. They have lacking of something. They are lacking of they are lacking of photo. They are lacking of carbon dioxide. They are lacking of water. They are lacking of nitrogen, etc., or any other mineral. So they do the heterotrophic mode of nutrition and obtain the nutrition from other plant. And it is the most terms. They are the most terms that most of the students I have seen that forget. But it is most important. These are the two terms. One is parasite and host. These are the two terms you should keep in your mind every time you read the biology. What is the parasite? Parasite is a plant which is dependent on the host plant. For example, I would have given you the example of a viscum plant. Basically, the plant that you see on the branches of walnut trees and bushes are like bushes. They are basically viscum plants. So these plants obtain nutrients. They have prepared food. They don't have to work hard for the food. They don't have to absorb sunlight. They don't have to absorb carbon dioxide. They don't have roots, etc. They only absorb the prepared food. But viscum does not prepare its own food. Sorry, it is parasite. Then how it prepares? What is the need of it to grow on walnut trees? It can grow on ground, but it do not have the capability to suck water. So that is the problem. It obtains water from walnut tree or any other tree. Okay. I'll give example of another plant which is a parasitic plant. Uh, I'll give Castuta. Castuta is a very important plant. It, for example, this is a plant. This is a plant which is host, which is full of nutrients. It can prepare its own food, and it rolls on it. Roll, and it have finger like projections, which it inserts into the host plant and sucks all the nutrients back from it. The host plant becomes very weak, very weak, and a day comes when it dies. So they are very harmful. They are, but some are not harmful, like viscum. It only absorbs water. So moving to another topic, which is symbiotic plants. Symbiotic plants, the plants we have further learned, don't give benefit to the both organisms which are involved in the process of nutrition. But in this mode of nutrition, the both organisms get benefit. For example, the have you seen that in when a farmer is poor, he grows pea plants. He grows pea plants. So why he grows pea plants? Because he can't add fertilizers to the soil. So, sir, what are you saying? We are not understanding anything. You are getting from another. Sorry for that. That these plants have root nodules which contain bacteria called rhizobium, which are which can convert nitrogen into nitrogen. We will learn about it further. First, symbiotic plants are the plants in which both the organisms are benefited. One gives shelter to another. For example, algae. Algae do not have the capability to absorb water, do not have the ability to absorb water. But who gives it water? That is the fungi present in, that is the fungus present in there, here and there. So it gives it water. Okay. So moving to another, saprophytic. Saprophytic are most common. Have you seen mushrooms growing on the cotton trees? Have you seen them? So they grow on the dead and decaying matter. The matter which is getting decomposed, and they obtain nutrition from it and go, like the mushrooms, Indian pipe, okay, etc. So moving to another topic, which is photosynthesis other than carbs. I have said you that plants do not only prepare C6, H12 and O6, not only glucose, but another thing, but not carbs, but proteins they also. Have you asked a gym boy why he takes beans so much? He takes beans because there is proteins present. There are proteins present which give more energy, which are body building. So these, how the proteins get into the fruit or get into the beans, that is because of it. So we will learn about photosynthesis other than carbohydrates, glucose. How? When there's a pea plant, for example, this pea plant have root nodules. So for the production of proteins, it is very important to have the nitrogen. It's very important to have the nitrogen. So how a plant obtains nitrogen? It cannot absorb the nitrogen that is present in the atmosphere, although nitrogen is in abundant level in our atmosphere, but it cannot absorb the atmospheric nitrogen. Then what it does? The nitrogen present in the soil, it can't obtain that also. What it does then? It have root nodules, the balls-like structures at the ends of the roots. So what is the function of this root nodule? This root nodule have inside it a bacteria called rhizobia bacteria. What is the function of this rhizobia bacteria? For example, has a nitrogen component or nitrogen compound. Nitrogen. So it cannot be. For example, it's our mouth. It's the mouth of plant. It cannot take it in. So what it have? When we take a big piece of flesh, we chew it, so it will change into smaller pieces. Similarly, the rhizobia cuts it into smaller pieces called nitrates. And then when nitrogen gets converted into nitrates, they get transferred into the plant and they reach the leaf where photosynthesis is done. But here with I said with nitrogen. It is done here with nitrogen, not only carbon dioxide and water, but now is nitrogen also present. Okay, that was the photosynthesis other than carbohydrates. So after we have learned many things about plants, that how plants prepare their own food and what are the different types of nutritions in plants. So moving next, we have that, have you ever wondered that if you are met with a farmer, he grows the crops in the soil. One year he grows, or one season he grows one type of crop, and another season he grows another type of crop. And these two crops are now, they absorb nutrients, they have to do photosynthesis, they have to do processes, they have to repair themselves, so they need for that energy. So they have to do carbon dioxide, they have to do photosynthesis, they have to do photosynthesis with nitrogen. But this soil that gives nutrients, water, etc., minerals to the plant, does it never become weak or it get really replenished by nature's way? No, there are some ways by which farmers treat the soil so that it will become more nutritious and beneficial for us. For example, here's a plant, it is the soil, it absorbs, like there is present 2 kilograms of nitrogen in the soil, and it is a leguminous plant which absorbs more nitrogen. So this plant absorbs 1 kg nitrogen per month. So this 2 kg will never finish. It's an example, it's not actual, it's not appropriate, it's an example that, think yourself, if a plant uses 1 kg of nitrogen and in the soil only 2 kgs are present, will it survive? No. After 2 months it will be dead because nitrogen will finish. As we keep food in our fridge, we bring fruits, our father brings fruits and keeps them into the fridge, and then we open the fridge, we cook the food, etc. So one time will come when the food will finish, when the fruits will finish, when the vegetables will finish in the fridge. They are not magical that they will come and we will eat. No, we have to bring them again from the market. Are you coming to the, I am coming to the point, but are you understanding? Okay, that's very clear to you. That will be very clear to you when you will understand this example. That if your fridge is filled with vegetables, it will remain filled with vegetables for months, 2 months, but it will not remain lifelong. Will it remain? No. We have to go to the market and bring them. Other than they will not remain, we will die because we will not get nutrition, we will not get food, we will not get vegetables. I am coming to the point. So the main point is that similar to the soil, where will the soil come? Where will the soil will combine the nutrients and give it to the plant? Soil is not like us that it will arrange, it will come, it will suck from here, it will suck from here. No, it's a non-living thing. It can't manage. They are present in the soil, they finish, so finish. Then there are ways of replenishment. Replenishment means filling again the nutrients in the soil. So there are 4 ways. First one is manure. If you are from a farmer family, you may have seen that your grandfather or grandmother takes the stool takes the stool of cow dung, or takes the cow dung or any type of other waste from the animals to the to the garden and spreads all around it. What is it? It is manure. The manure is made up of organic wastes, not inorganic. Inorganic means plastic from synthetic indic. No, it's made from organic, fully organic. It's made from animal waste or human waste. Then the second is fertilizers. Fertilizers today are sold at a large scale. But these fertilizers are okay. I'm not saying that they are not okay. They are very beneficial for our soil. They are very beneficial for our production. They increase our production. Like if a year was that your production was 20%, it will increase by 40% and it will reach 60%. So that is the purpose of fertilizers. Fertilizers are very powerful. They can make your production very huge. They can produce a large yield. But on the other hand, they are harmful to the organisms that are living in the soil, like the earthworms, etc. And then moving to the compost. Compost is then when you have organic wastes at your home, like banana peels, vegetable peels, fruit peels, you throw them into the dustbin, and then your mother goes and keeps them into the and throws them into the rivers. That please do not harm the water bodies. They are very shortly present on our earth now. They are highly polluted. That's not our topic, but please do not do that. So we can do a thing in our garden. We can create a pit. And then we can throw the waste in it, and then we can throw the so the light was gone, so for that I'm sorry. So we have the compost. We can create a pit and then throw wastes, organic wastes in it, and we can add red worms to it. A type of earthworm we can add to it. It will mix and form nutrition. It will form the manure for plants. It can form the compost for plants, which is very important for the plants, which will give nutrients to the plant. And the last for the poor farmers is growing leguminous plants in the soil. What are leguminous plants? I have told you that the plants containing root nodules in which rhizobia are present. Have said it? Okay. In which rhizobia are present. What is the function of the rhizobia? To convert the nitrogen into nitrates. Nitrates are simpler form of nitrogen, which is used by plants to create the food which is rich in proteins. Okay. So these leguminous plants, while converting the nitrogen into nitrates, they leave behind some traces of some nutrients. While converting, they leave the traces behind. They leave some nutrients behind, which are beneficial for the soil, which increase the fertility of the soil and goes up. So it was all about the nutrition in plants. If you have any confusion, you can lay down your confusions in the comment section. I'll be very grateful and happy to answer them. Feel happy to ask. Happy learning.